I don't think you have a discipline problem. I know you don't have a motivation problem, and I'm convinced you'll have an identity problem if weight loss is a struggle at the moment. In the 60s, or back in your day, in the 60s, they did an experiment. They gave teachers 5 names of pupils in their class. They said to them randomly, these kids have just passed this test that shows they've got this intellectual potential. They didn't. They just picked 5 random kids, just by name. Just went, this kid, this kid, this kid, probably Ricky and that kid, have got high potential. Subconsciously, these teachers actually treated them a little bit different. They pushed them a little bit harder. They maybe complimented them a little bit more and encouraged them a little bit more. They set the bar a tiny bit higher. Without even realizing it, they didn't know that they were doing it. They also didn't know that they were picked at random. But the knock-on effect this had is that these children, the 5 that were expected to be better, were better. Now, how does this relate to weight loss? I don't know. I'm just going to find a relation to it. I'll talk a lot about how you speak to yourself shapes your realities. And this proves it. This study proves that exact fact. It's called the Pygmalion effect. How this can relate to weight loss is for this reason. I'm not even going to edit this either. Sod it. If you expect yourself to hold yourself to a slightly higher standard, not a delusion, a slightly higher standard. If you say I'm gonna have my spaghetti bolognese for dinner tonight, and you have it instead of getting a Burger King on the way home. If you tell yourself, right, that's it. My average steps are 5,000. I'm gonna go for 7,000. Stick to it, but don't be delusional enough to go 20,000 and then fail. Just keep reinforcing these positives. Reinforce them, and then speak to yourself a little bit kinder as well, and tell yourself that it sounds so bloody cringy when I say it, but just tell yourself that you can do it. There are going to be times where we do turn to food for the emotions, but not every time anymore, because you're better than that. You have a little bit more potential. If you keep reinforcing yourself, you'll start to believe it. Your words will shape your actions. I'm going to butcher this because I didn't look into it before I did this video. But in Canada, their hockey teams are they're sorted into age groups, right? So you go from January to December, that's your age. When you're a kid, you being born in January versus someone being born in December in the same age group, that's a big difference. Big difference in a big difference in current strength, current speed, current knowledge. All these things are very different at such a young age, with just 364 days difference. Because of this, they stand out in the teams, in the practice, in all the drills that they're doing. They stand out to be a little bit better than the rest. The coaches see this, not realizing it, and they push them a little bit harder, and they push them a little bit harder, and they encourage them a little bit more. If you looked at the top 5 all-time Canadian ice hockey players, more than should be will be born between January and March. And I looked into this a while ago, and I'm pretty sure Wayne Gretzky is the most, I know nothing about ice hockey, is like the most famous name in Canadian hockey. And I think I haven't got my laptop here, but I should just look it up. I think he was born in January. The top 5 I remember looking at, 3 of them were born between January and March. The odds shouldn't be that. They should be stacked one around January, one around March, one around August, one around October, one around December. They shouldn't be fully that side of the year. That's about it now. I'm getting a bit sweaty, to be honest. The sun's beaming down on me. But the Pygmalion effect. How can I wrap it up? I don't even know. Be kinder to yourself, maybe. You have more potential than you actually realise. Same thing with the gym. You are stronger than you realise, I promise you. When you think you're going to fade out, you likely, unless you're an avid gym veteran, you likely have more in the tank. Alright, cool. I'm going to watch football now. Come on, you England. It's a semi-final. Let's just hope they get through. Ciao, Bella.